Hey, welcome back to my channel, Thugs for Less. And today, I will be bringing you a deck profile of a deck called Virizion yveltal genesect raichu. Now, you guys probably don't even know what it is, because it probably hasn't been played as much. And it hasn't been seen much at regionals. I'm probably one of the first people to do a deck profile on this deck. Oh, sorry about that. So, anyways, let's just dive in. I haven't been able to make any new videos because I've been busy with school and stuff like that. But let's get started. Okay, we got 4 Virizion Yaks, because you always want to start with it, like every single game. It's necessary. And then I play 2 Genesect because it's good in the Seismitoad matchup. And it's also very good to have the G-Booster card to go with it to help it one-shot things. Which is why it's viable. Then of course we got 2 yveltal Yaks. Of course both attacks are used in this deck. You could use Y-Cyclone to preserve your grass energy or preserve your dark energy. Anyway, this is going to be another one. Anyways, next up is Dark Rat Yaks. The only reason it's in here is to just give your Pokemon free retreat for any of them that have dark energy on them. Of course, you're probably thinking like, I probably don't play as much dark energy in here, how could I get away with using Darkrai? Well, you could use cards like Energy Switch, or you could use Y-Cyclone's effect from yveltal to move your dark energy up to an attacker that needs it. So that's always a good option. And we got 2/2 Raichu. Raichu is good for the yveltal matchup in general. And it's also good against Lugia EX. I chose Raichu over Beartic because, for one, you don't need to always play a switch card to get out. And you could send it up if you don't have an exact Pokemon you want to send up. You could free retreat into it, like later on in your turn. It also has a pretty decent attack against Pyro. It's not the perfect Pyro counter, but it's decent. So it could be used in all those situations. Okay, next up, we got the supporter cards. We got 4 Professor Sycamore. You could play either Sycamore or Juniper. They do the same thing. Discard your hand, draw 7. And next up, we got 4 N. Because N allows you to preserve your resources, allows you to preserve those energies, stuff like that. Oh, sorry about that. Anyways, we got, oops, you probably thought. Okay, 3 Skyla, because you need a way to grab G-Booster, or maybe you need to get an Ultra Ball, so you could search directly for the Pokemon you might need out of your deck. Skyla has versatile use in this deck. It just goes so great with this deck. And we got 1 Shauna, because Shauna allows you to preserve your resources. Allows you to get a solid number of cards, and it also makes it so that you don't have to force your opponent to shuffle in, because if you know they already have a bad hand, but you want to save what's in your hand, Shauna's like the perfect choice for that kind of situation. And next up, we got 1 Chorus, because you're going to fill up your bench pretty fast, but, well, I just chose 1 copy because you could get it back with Shadow Triad. It's not as crucial, but it is very useful at certain moments. And you don't always want to start with Colress in your hand, which is why I just put 1 copy. And we got 1 Pokemon Center Lady, because Center Lady could potentially get rid of small damage from a little yveltal or from Thundurus EX, so Lugia EX can't walk up or Kyurem can't come up and one-shot it easily. They would need more resources. Or this could be used in the Seismitoad matchup, like if your opponent manages to get the Garbo Lock going and they poison and put you to sleep, this card could get you out of it. That's why I just decided to play that. Also, I got it full art. Okay. Now we got one Shao Triad. Now, I would play two Shao Triad if I could fit two, but it's mainly in here to get back G-Booster or maybe some other Team Plasma cards that are useful, maybe like the Chorus I just showed you. And next up, we got two Lysander. Now, you're probably wondering, like, why am I playing this card? Because I have Genesect with its ability Red Signal. Well, you'll find out later. Well, when I show you the energy, you'll probably figure out why I play this card. Now we're done with the supporters. Now let's move on to the item cards. We got 3 energy switch, because you always have to be able to move around your dark energy at all times. If you need to switch between attackers, because then you can move the dark energy to a Pokemon, give it free retreat, and then you could preserve like all the grass energy you have on it. Because since you don't have cards like Super Rod anymore and stuff like that, you need to have more preservation cards in your hand. Cards that just allow you to preserve your energy in your hand or on your field, either one. And next up, we got 3 Muscle Band, because you need to always be able to do extra damage with either Virizion or Yveltal. It's mainly for Virizion, Yveltal, and Raichu. All those Pokemon use this. You normally don't want to attach it to Genesect. You normally want to attach G-Booster to Genesect. But you could do it to Genesect if it's really that necessary. And next up, we got 3 Ultra Ball. Now, I tried 4 Ultra Ball in this deck, but it just gets too clunky at times. But 3 is a perfect number for this deck. And we got 2 Megaphone for the Garbodor matchup, because, well, not just Garbodor, but there are other matchups like that use a lot of tools that can get really annoying, stuff like that. And next up, we got 2 Switch. Originally, like, I tried 3 Switch originally, but I decided to bump it down to 2 because I noticed that I'm using Dark Cloak a lot to get out of the active, and I only find myself needing a switch when I'm affected by a status condition, or if there's just something that keeps me in the active spot and I can't get out, anything like that. Most of the time, if you want to get out and you're not affected by anything, you could use Darkrai's Dark Cloak to preserve all your energy. And next up, we have a lot of 1-ofs. I have 1 energy retrieval, because you need to be able to get back the dark energy you discard. So you can keep using Evil Ball or keep using Darkrai's Dark Cloak. You could use this to get back grass energy too if you have to. And I got 1 Hypnotoxic Laser, because it's just mainly in here for stalling purposes, but I could also use it to add 10 more damage if I'm 10 short. Both those situations is why I could use this card. And my A-Spec, of course, you know already, G-Booster, allows you to one-shot with Genesect. Now, I'm going to show you the weirdest energy lineup ever. First up, we got 10 Grass. 10 Grass energy is pretty standard right now for any Virizion Genesect deck. Maybe some people would do 11. And we got 4 Dark Energy. Now, 4 Dark Energy has actually worked pretty well. Now, if you're wondering, the Dark Energy used to be Team Plasma Energy, but now I changed it to Dark and I decided to add Lysander in this deck because of that. But other than that, this deck works really well. And there's so many different ways you could play this deck. Like, you could play it with Shadow Circle, or you could play it with Verbank and Laser. All that's possible with this particular version. There's not much else I could say about this deck besides I came in 2nd place at my league tournament with this deck. It's done, all I could say is it's done well. Even though there could be some improvements I could do. And also, my next deck profile might end up becoming Delphox Magnezone. Which I hear, like, people are saying that it's, like, a really bad deck. When I was playtesting that deck, it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. But anyways, I'll end the video from here. See you in my next video.